not be as bad as everyone thinks.
Okay, rack them up.
All right, okay. It's all you, Brady.
All right, here we go. This is for real. Here we go. Okay.
Oh, good one. Nice hang time.
Nice viscosity.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Introducing Lee Guy's Cotton Hawkers for Men.
Hey, guys, you ever hork a lunger in the car and you forget the windows?
Oh, yeah. It blows back on your date.
My brother, he could gob one for miles. It's incredible. It's just kind of... I was bragging about that. Hey, you think you can hit that beer can? Wait, that one? Yeah.
Sure. No, that's too wet.
No,
that's
far
away.
What?
Man. Let me try.
No. Like this.
Lee Guy's Cotton Hawkers. When you're not wearing hawkers,
Oh, yeah, way to hang a loogie.
you're just wearing pants.
Wait, no, you gotta arch your back.
Okay. Wait. Give me some milk.
Sometimes I feel life passing me by. Sometimes I feel that people don't know how to smile. But when I listen to your show, you make me laugh like a shark. And when I listen to your show, a new Rogers on the radio.
Welcome to KISS. This 10:07 at WIOD. Whoa. Sorry. Neil's right. I suck. Chutzpah, baby, I'll tell you. And a big nose to go along with it. I mean, I don't know if most of you understand the reason I'm rehashing this, and I probably will for the next 6 months. I've never seen anybody do this as blatantly. Now, maybe I live in a sheltered world. And I have plenty of friends of mine who are in the business who've had long periods when they've been out of work, not to mention any names. And none of them has ever come to me and said, I mean, even close has said, I want you to go to management and get so-and-so can to get me in there. Get me that job. Nobody has ever, I mean, it's just the grossest, the crassest, the slimiest, smarmiest. And now I'm beginning to realize that these calls that come in on Saturday, these 2 or 3 calls that seem to come in every week that sound the same from the same kids, it's a setup. It's a put-on. It's a hoax. Always the same. Joey, how come radio's so boring? How come Rick and Suds is so boring? How come you're not there in doing afternoons? Every week, the same voice, the same crap. I mean, who the hell are you kidding? How is it possible that anybody could be that low, could stoop like beneath the barnacles on the bottom of the Titanic and come to you and say, I am desperate. Nobody in the world, nobody will touch me with a 10-foot banana, okay? And I gotta have a job, okay? I'm desperate. You gotta come and help me get these guys fired so I can have a job, so I can do a 1 in the afternoon, a 0.5, a 0.1, a 0.0. And I got news for you, okay? I mean, because I've liked these guys right from the beginning. I am going to promote them so heavily that they're going to get a 90 share, okay? Rick and Suds. Rick and Suds, okay? Spuds, Putz, whatever the hell his name is. Rick and Suds are God and God Jr. Even on their bad days, on their worst days, They are a 500 on a scale of 1 compared to somebody whose name we don't want to mention.
Neil's right. I suck.
Exactly. And they are so good. They're on every day, Monday through Friday, 2 to 6. Yesterday they had a phenomenal interview with Frank Zappa. It was intellectual, it was interesting, it was stimulating, and it balanced out buttload, boatload, and onto you, or whatever that is. I'm telling you. And they're going to be at the ball game tonight, so come on out and see them. They'll probably sign your thing, too. And, in fact, that's what we ought to do. Let's have not only a show of support for the Miracle and for our audience and just have a great time, but for Rick and Suds, okay? Because they got really jobbed by this bogus book and by this, Dade County ethnic thing that dominated the book because nobody in Broward returned a diary. I mean, it was grim. It was pathetic. So there's another reason, another excuse that you can give to come on out tonight and do something constructive for once in your pathetic, meaningless little life. And look at this, the first call to Mobile at Chronic. And I don't want to dignify him by giving him too much recognition. He doesn't even like the show, and he listens to it. He wouldn't miss it if his life depended on it. Like this caller in Palm Beach.
Neil.
Yeah.
I'm white. I'm an American. I'm 40 years old. Their book is full of crap.
But you're finished, don't you understand? You're out of business.
No, I understand that. But,
Well, I don't want to talk about the book the rest of the day. I just passed that information along so that people know we're not just whining over here, but that now that all of the evidence is coming out, we're beginning to see the details of the research. It's obvious it's a pile of crap.
Neil, the other thing is they're trying to test the electric chair. Take that Saturday, get somebody else in there.
Neil's right.
Joey
I suck.
Yeah.
Send Joey up.
Now, he would look cute. He would look cute with that little sponge on his head, with that big schnoz. It would balance out. It would be really.
Well, they
cute.
tested him 3 times already. That's why they're going through this.
Yeah. Well, there's no sense. There's no feeling.
Well, boatload.
Can you believe that? Danny Smith.
Right.
Don't knock Danny Smith. He was good. He's a good kid.
Hank Goldberg, he really makes me mad.
But Hank knows nothing about baseball, okay? He don't know. He thinks that Bruce Souter is going to be on the Supreme Court. That's what he knows about baseball. He does. He says, look at this guy. He shaved off his beard. He looks pretty young now.
You realize that if Bobby Bonilla and Barry Bonds in New York...
Wait a minute. Bobby what?
Bobby Bonilla.
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 You don't even know how to pronounce the name. See, that's why I gave up being a Pirate fan in the first place. I don't know those names.
Can't pronounce their names.
Yeah, he's a Pirate fan. He can't even pronounce their names. And how about that Jose Lind?
If they were in New York,
he's a full brother to Paul Lind. Did you know that?
What's that?
I said Jose Lind is a full brother to Paul Lind.
Jose Lind? Yeah, full brother.
Yeah.
He's just ugly. That's why he don't make the All-Star.
Well, see, he gets a lot of walks because he squats up there at the plate. He's about 2 feet tall.
He's a good hitter, though.
He couldn't hit his weight. He's just having I don't want to go. Listen, I hope you guys do great. I don't want to go into it, but
Right, you got to be positive here.
Playing over your heads. You're playing over your heads. I'm going to tell you and I know this sounds bogus, but I'm going to tell you something. Next year, the Chicago Cubs are going to be so tough. Do you have any concept of what's going to happen? I mean, Bosky is going to be a 20-game winner. Harkey's going to be a 20-game winner. Maddox has got it back again. He's going to win 20. Bilecki he's going to turn into our middle reliever and is going to be a stopper. Williams is going to have 40 saves next year. What the hell else do you want? We're going to score 10 runs a game and give up 1. How can you lose?
Yeah, they're going to be tough. The Pirates are going to be tough too, though.
And the Mets without Darryl Strawberry, what the hell have they got? Man, this kid that's catching last night who stepped on the plate for the phantom force play that didn't exist and didn't tag the runner that scored, Tommy Hurt. I'm telling you, they got some people playing on that team that and Jeffries at second who couldn't feel the ball that hit his hat. I mean, this kid is embarrassing. They're a really overrated team. I hate to say that, but they are, the Mets. Can I say the Mets suck?
Yeah.
Well, it makes me feel better when I say that, because they do.
I hate to bring up
Darryl Boston and Keith Miller and his kid playing shortstop that they got from a 7-Eleven store in the Bronx. And, man, I'm telling you, they got like about 2 or 3 replays. They got Hojo and McReynolds on that team, and that's it. Magadan's a piece of crap. He's, once he plays more than 20 games, he starts choking. That's it.
What's he batting, about 260?
No, he's up there in the flighty numbers, him and Mackie Sasser. Yeah. You know how good Mackie Sasser and Adben Barry Lyons are when they bring in a kid who's 10 years old from Wichita, and he's catching now. Good luck to you, sir.
Yes, have a good day, Neil.
You'll need it.
Talk to you later.
Now, they'll be all right. Pirates will be okay. 10:36 at WIOD. Tons of stuff on the fax, by the way, although I didn't see the Palm Beach numbers come in, but that's okay, so we don't talk about that anymore. What is this? Now, we can't say that on the air. The Sarnoff of sex. Here's a real rip job on Alex Bennett. Or at least I think it is. I just came over, but Alex Bennett's blank-pounding productions are revolutionizing TV. Oh, this must be an old thing. What is this from? What the hell is it? Sometimes I feel... Oh, look at the words in this. The singing blank sucker from Missouri who was interviewed by Al Goldstein. This is old stuff. Psychotic Alex Bennett stuff. Okay, we have an open line in Dade and one in Broward, okay? I just mentioned that in passing, and we do have a star IOD number, a line, call, something. Hello?
Hurricane Afterlife Trivia.
Yes, sir.
What does Danny Smith do now?
Works at Winn-Dixie. I saw him the other day, man. He bags those... No, as a matter of fact, I was shopping at Publix a couple of years ago in Plantation, and there was Danny Smith.
Oh, well, you know,
he wasn't working there. He was buying stuff.
Yeah, he's a state trooper now.
Danny Smith is a state trooper?
Uh-huh.
I can't believe it.
Sure is.
He's a good kid.
Yeah, he is.
He was a good guy until he put that uniform on. Well, I guess he's into uniforms, you know.
He was a fine pitcher.
Those were good days, boy.
Yep.
The 82 when we won the College World Series for the first time. That was that was just heaven.
They're a fun team to watch even when they don't go all the way.
And look at Nelly Santavania and all these guys that were on the team that made it to the major leagues. I can't believe it.
Hey, do you really think the Bucks are going to hang in there, Neil?
Yeah, I don't see. I mean, by default, who else is going to win it? The Mets seem hell-bent on losing it again.
Boy.
And the Phillies sure aren't going to win it. The Phillies are another, and Montreal's a fandom team playing way over their head, and we're too far behind. There's no way, and the Cardinals are definitely going to be in last place.
I was just sick when the Bucks played the Mets in those back-to-back weekend series and lost like 7 out of 8 to them. Put them right back in the race.
I know. Well, listen, it's no fun if it's, I mean, we were right down to the last few games last year. It's no fun in life. I mean, like the Reds, it's not even interesting, that division anymore.
Yeah.
They might as well just call it off and avoid any more injury.
Hey, so if the Cubbies come back to earth here and don't hang in, are you going to switch your allegiance to the
No, sir, I am not. I don't switch allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the Cubs of America under one flag and etc.
Hey, you guys...
See, I want to tell you, I want to tell everybody something, and I've been a baseball fan since I was a little kid. There is nothing in the world like being a Cubs fan. I don't know how to describe it. I do not know how to put it into words. But there's just something about it. There's an ambiance. There's a thing. There's hope springs eternal. I mean, we could be 400 games behind with 3 left to go, and we're still having a good time. It's hard to put your finger on it, but there's nothing like being a Chicago Cubs fan.
God, it's good to hear there's
serious.
Still a romantic out there like
that. That's right. And I'm watching, I mean, so they suck this year, but I've watched just as many games this year as I did last year, which is almost all of them.
Yeah.
And I sit there and I'm not biting my fingernails as much because there's not that much hanging on it, but, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I agree with you about Heaton, though. He seems to be coming apart a little bit.
I would not, like if they were tied going into the last game of the season, I would not pitch Neil Heaton in that game. In fact, we would even loan you Doug DeCenzo to pitch the game, who's not even a pitcher and have a better shot than Heaton, okay?
Hey, you guys got something going on tonight with the Miracle?
You got to be kidding me. After all the pumping and promoting I've done, and you still don't know. Yeah, we're going to be doing our thing there tonight, 6 o'clock.
Where is it?
Where is it?
What stadium?
It's at the Municipal Stadium in Pompano. It's in 1799 Northeast 8th Street in Pompano.
Good. Who are they playing?
They're playing the Souter White Sox. 7:05 is the game. I'm going to be there. Gilbert, Rick and Putz, autographs, pictures, all kinds of stuff.
I would have missed it for the world.
Okay.
See you tonight.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, that must have been Dave Justy, who just called, the former Pirate great relief pitcher. 20 before 11 at WIOD. By the way, I know that baseball is one of Chuck Meyer's great loves in life, and as a result, he's so emotional with his Pirates in first place this late in the season. He may be interspersing names of old Pirates, like in the middle of newscasts from now on, so don't hold it against him. He's under a lot of pressure. In fact, he was doing the 9:30 news with Henry this morning, and I walked by the news booth. He had a little sign in there that said, Vinegar Bend Mizell for the U.S. Supreme Court. He's upset that Bruce Souter is going to get it. And, of course, everybody's saying, well, we don't know who this Souter guy, I don't want to get political, but you know he's going to be another fascist or right-wing Nazi pig. You know that. And he's going to put on this big front in the beginning. He's not going to be a pig like Bork was. I mean, Bork was such a disgusting pseudo-intellectual pig that nobody could buy his crap, okay? But this guy's going to weasel his, and he looks like a weasel, doesn't he? And he's going to sneak his way through there, no problem, get confirmed, and then when he gets in there, it'll turn out to be like Heinrich Himmler in drag. You just know that. Miami.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Great.
Yesterday, about 5:50 in the afternoon, listening to the John Moynihan show, guess who calls? Gilbert.
How many guesses do we need?
I just told you, Gilbert. He hung up on him. He didn't get a word in.
Well, I'm going to have a little chat with Gilbert tonight because WIOD doesn't need to have our gropies and groupies calling the enemy, okay?
I understand. I was very surprised.
Yeah.
Yep.
It'll never happen again.
Gilbert goes, John, how you doing? As soon as he heard the voice, he goes, Gilbert, see you later, and he hung up on him.
Great. Well, that ought to give him another 1/10 of a point over there. They're doing it. Okay.
Hey, tell Rick Sanchez to get his shirt big enough so he can button his top button.
Okay.
Bye.
See ya. But he has to wear loose clothing because Sally does these bizarre things on the set and he gets nervous. We have an open line in Dade, 751
Tuesday night, Clint Eastwood is Dirty Harry in Polish.
Idu babu 44 Magnumski, Gloski Hetski, Kleinovski.
Wednesday, Katharine Hepburn stars in the Academy Award-winning On Golden Pond in Japanese.
Domo arigato, Norman. You old Puka-san.
Thursday night, thrill to the original Star Wars in Canadian.
Luke, feel the force, eh?
Luke, don't listen to that hoser. Join the dark side, eh?
And Friday, it's one of the most beloved American musicals ever. West Side Story in Navajo.
Maria, I just met a girl named Maria. Suddenly the name will never be the same.
So tune in for Classics Week, starting Monday right here on Dub Theater.
And Steve went crazy. Oh, excuse me.
And who know that the Mets are a great team, but they can suck.
By the way, we just had this special call from Darryl Strawberry. You want to hear what he said? Sir?
Yep.
Neil's right. I suck. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The Mets are a great team. I would rather have the first base for the Mets. You got to take Sandberg. Shortstop, you got to give the...
Wait a minute. You'd rather have Magadan than Mark Grace?
Yes.
Oh, man. What? Wait a minute. What did the other guy say?
I wouldn't, because what's Mark Grace hitting these days?
Well, right now, but he's a 300 hitter. For the next 10 years, he's going to hit 300. Magadan's going to hit 220, okay? Who's the better?
Next Wade
Okay,
Magadan's
okay.
better every year.
Okay, then the next Wade Boggs, all right.
Yeah, Magadan...
Why, is he fooling around?
Magadan is never going to hit the long ball, but Magadan is going to hit the line drive.
Well, Grace isn't a home run hitter either, but he's okay. Grace is like 10 times the fielder. He's a 300 hitter. But you guys keep Magadan. Okay, second base.
Second base, Sandberg, without question.
Of course. Shortstop.
It's... Both are capable of good things, and both are capable of throwing.
Come on! I thought we were going to have an intelligent conversation. Dunston's hitting .286 with 13 home runs. He was on the All-Star team.
How many RBIs does he have?
About 45.
So does
That's about what Elster has.
What Elster does? Elster drives in clutch RBIs. He doesn't hit for average. And Neil, you got to give that to him. Elster drives in clutch RBIs.
How come he's not playing?
I think he's got something pulled right now.
Yeah, pull this. Okay,
now
third.
Seriously.
Okay, we gave you third base. Okay, Hojo.
I don't want third base. Hojo belongs in the American. Hojo is great.
You're right. Well, I didn't want to say. I'm trying to be nice to you. Okay, give you left field, McReynolds, even though you know you'd rather have Kevin Mitchell there right now. nice trade, guys. Okay, center field. Center field.
Center field.
Center field.
To tell you the truth, in 1 year, I'd rather have Mark Carrion than anyone the Cubs have.
Oh, these Mets fans, man. Now, you know you want Lenny Dykstra back, don't you?
No.
Hell no.
Oh, God, the man's leading the National League. He's hitting .353, and they want Mark Carrion. Okay.
He has one good year.
Okay, and you'd rather have Darryl Strawberry than Andre Dawson?
No. Not at all. But let's talk about the best trade the Mets ever made.
And wait a minute, catching?
Mackie Sasser?
No.
Over Joe Girardi? Or Damon Berryhill? Or Hector Villanueva? I'll take any of our catchers.
Neither the Mets or the Cubs have a catcher.
What is this man talking about? Joe Girardi's hitting .303. He's won like 3 games in the last week single-handedly. He throws out half of the runners.
Mackey Sass is hitting over .315.
How can you have a discussion like this with people who know nothing about baseball?
Mackey Sass is hitting over 300 too, but
yeah, but how long is that going to last? Mackey Sass is a hot dog. He's got an arm like my grandma.
How long is Joe Girardi going to last?
Joe Girardi's going to be a hell of a ball player, okay? But Mackey Sasser's been kicking around being a douchebag for a couple of years. He's a slime ball. Go ahead.
The main thing with Mackey Sasser is he always swings at the first pitch. And
how about that great bullpen? Okay, tell me that Franco. I mean, they even kicked him out of Spain, Franco. And who else you got? You traded away Aguilera, you traded away Randy Myers, you traded away Roger McDowell, who got the save against you last night. Why don't you admit it? Your trades are the worst in the history of baseball.
Well, what happened is Joe McIlvaine just took over running baseball operations from Frank Cashin. As soon as that started happening, all the stupid trades started happening.
And destroyed your ball club, has made it a shell of its former self.
But what I was trying to say before, the best trade the Mets ever made was a fabulous trade to Cincinnati for Tom Seaver.
Well, that's ancient history.
Yeah, but
you can't live off Tom Seaver's big mouth forever, you know.
But that's what I'm talking about. As far as
I think Jerry Kuzman's going to have a good year, and Matlack ought to be pretty good.
Well, that's what I mean about.
How about the trade that brought Howard Johnson from Detroit or Bob Ojeda from Boston? There,
exactly.
Those are good trades.
Well, but that's ancient history. Those are a long time ago, and Bobby Ojeda might as well go out to the pasture. Okay, he's history.
That was Frank Cashin also on those.
Ojeda's history. Darling's basically history. You know they're going to trade him. Am I right? Silence.
We need someone that can give those starters an extra day's rest. That's what he's there for.
Well, the best thing the Mets did was to get rid of Ennis. Now they need to get rid of Pena.
Alejandro Pena, a disaster. He's the Juan Samuel of 1990. Okay? What do you guys sound so depressed about? You're only a game and a half behind.
Oh, the Mets are going to win it.
Well, all right. I don't agree, but at least, I mean, you're only a game and a half behind, and you sound like you just lost the 7th game of the World Series on a passed ball.
It's the way the Mets are losing, and it's the way that even Harrelson continues to go with stupid pitches. I mean,
but doesn't that tell you something?
Yeah.
See, like last
we got
year,
a douchebag manager.
Look, let me tell you something. When you know it's your year, like last year, the Cubs would win games that they shouldn't have won. Everything went right. Everything happened right. This year, we've blown 9 or 10 games that we had won, that were in the bag, and we've blown it. And when you start losing like that, you know it's not your year. I'm just trying to brace you guys for a bad fall.
One thing I think Pirate fans should keep in mind is that the Mets have already played all their games against the Reds, and the Pirates still have 8 games left against the Reds.
Yeah, but the Reds are going to lay down now, okay, because the Reds basically don't like the Mets anyway.
That's going to be the turning point right there. Those 16 games are key games that are going to decide who wins that division. And
if Randy Myers comes in and is pitching to Bobby Bonilla in the bottom of the 9th inning in a crucial situation, knowing that game could knock the Mets right out of first place, he'll like throw a lollipop right over the middle of the plate. Bonilla will hit it to the Monongahela River.
That sounds like wishful thinking.
Well, we'll see.
When September 1st hits and all the Pirates pitchers start dying, Heaton's already dying. In the last month, the Pirates pitching staff, the ERA, has increased by over a run and a half full per game. You give it another month, and it's going to be ridiculous. And the Mets pitching is getting better, except for those great moves that the manager's making with the relievers. But the Mets are getting better, the starters, every game.
Okay, just remember one thing, gentlemen. Mike Bilecki rules. See you later.
Hey, the Cubs suck.
Good luck.
Double for me.
Okay. Well, there we had it. That was quite an experience here on Sports Talk Junior. We had 2 Mets fans, both rationalizing and both sounding really down in the dumps. Okay, they talked a good game, but they sounded, quite frankly, not all that excited. It's 11:15 at WIOD. Star IOD line is open, and here we have a collect call from Pensacola.
The Mets suck.
Okay.
I'm up here with all these yahoos. What's happening down there, Neil?
Even up in the Panhandle, they know the Mets suck. How do you like that? And word travels very slow up there by Pony Express. What is it?
I'm a Braves fan.
You're a Braves fan. Well, you're really doing it.
The Braves suck, too.
One thing about the Braves, they may not be good, but at least there's consistency there, and there's something to be said for that.
That's right. I'm like you. I'm a fan. I don't care if they lose every game.
Right. Well, you got a shot at it, I think.
I've been enjoying listening here for a little while.
What are you doing up there?
Oh, I'm on the way back to Miami, Key Largo.
What are you doing, hanging out at Yahoo City up there?
Yahoo, it's Yahoo City, man. I got off the interstate. I said, well, I got to hear Neil for a little while.
Oh, there's nothing like it up there, boy. What a place.
I was
that
in
Panhandle.
Alabama. You talk about Yahoos.
Yeah.
It's great, though.
It's like North Florida. It's great.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they call Alabama, Southern Alabama, North Florida? And the same with Georgia.
L.A.
It's like an extension. Well, listen, have a safe trip home, pal.
Let me listen for a little while.
Okay, no problem.
All right, thanks.
Good luck to you. You'll need it. Okay, 11:16, we have a Palm Beach line open, 655-METS, 655-WIOD. Davy Johnson called in a second ago.
Neil's right. I suck.
Well, that's why they got rid of you. And, of course, that little twerp Buddy Harrelson, man, he's going to turn it all around. What a little... You'd like to step on him. He's like Denenberg, Buddy Harrelson. Isn't he like a little geek? Anyway, it's 11:16 at WIOD. We're having a hell of a day. We got our big ball game, Star IOD. We can officially tell you now is a free call. Hello.
Hey.
How do you like that?
I'm the first one?
You're the first one to be well, not the first free call, but the first one to be officially notified that it's a free call. We finally got it straightened out, and we had to find it out ourselves because our people in programming don't know their grass from their elbow.
I'm the official first mobile call.
As they say in the lawn manicuring business, they don't know their grass from their elbow.
They got beer tonight, or?
They got what?
They have beer?
Yeah.
At the game?
Of course.
All right.
In fact...
We get drunk?
If you find, after I leave, yeah. If I find a copy, Danny's Catering does a catering there, and it says...
Yeah, I know Danny's is great.
Danny's is great, and if you let me find it here, it says somewhere, if you buy a beer tonight, you get free tokens to use at Danny's East and West.
All right.
So you can get bombed tonight and then a future night. You can plan ahead.
The other day I stopped at American Steak and...
Pizza. Which is right there by the ballpark.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Steak sandwich.
And you can go over there and get a bunch of stuff tonight, although we,
This is Police Week. I want to encourage all of you to get to know the man in blue in your neighborhood. He's your friend, and he's there to protect you. So if he needs your help and asks you to do something, listen to what he says. You'd better, or he just might beat the living crap out of you. You wouldn't want to eat his gun, would you, you little punk? Okay, have a nice day.
Okay, 11:26 is Thailand travel tips or whatever that crap was. What is this? Sometimes United Citizens for Human Rights, September 4th. We have very strong Jewish Democratic condo support. Well, of course, that's about the gay rights thing on the ballot September 4th in Broward County. And he wants me to talk about this, I guess, which I shouldn't do because that'd be like the kiss of death. Sometimes, yeah, you better register to vote in Broward County because Arbitron's leaving you out, and pretty soon everybody will be leaving you out. True story is so much better. Don't answer the phone. I want your undivided attention to this story because this is vintage WIOD. Now, keep in mind, if you've been listening since any early part of the program today, the first 2 hours, I walk out of the studio when the new news came on. I go downstairs to visit the porcelain bus. I'm on my way at the head of the stairs, and Boy Gary is at the copying machine. He says to me, "You're not going to believe this. The Star IOD line is working now." I said, "I know that. We've had a jillion calls on it already." He said, "No." He said, "I know it's been working." He said, "But now we're paying for it." I said, "That's what I'm talking about. We already know that." And he gave me a blank look that you could only get from the ghost of Bob Elson. Okay, I mean, it was just incredible. Guess what, folks? The Star IOD line is working if you have Bell South Mobility, and we pay for it, okay? I just got that flash. Oh, man. Now, you're not still there, are you?
I'm still here.
Well, listen, we got to go. We can't keep this thing running up here. They're going to get hysterical.
Well, the Mets suck. Can I call my friend a douchebag?
Yes, sir.
Clem, you are oversized, slippery butt plug, and Neil.
Yeah.
The Mets do suck.
Get on the road, pal.
Thank you.
Bye. And there's that Star IOD line. Guess what? Oh, they hung up on the mobile? I can't believe it. Now, that's getting carried away. WIOD. Listen to that. Do you hear that? Now they're really going crazy because now they can crank that line and it won't cost them anything. Anyway, let's go to North Miami. Hello.
Neil.
Yeah.
Marty here. Yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know.
Cohen?
Marty Cohen, yeah, you got it.
Oh, my God. You can't say that anymore.
Why not?
Say it very slowly.
I might be saying it up at Pompano tonight. Might be coming in to visit you.
Great.
And I trust that Gilbert will be doing the seventh inning kvetch tonight?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
With bells on.
With bells on.
Bells on his toes and rings on his nose.
You know what's really a shame, though, is the fact that IOD is like 2 players away from being a contending station.
Well, we're going to get Curtis Wilkerson and Darryl Strawberry.
If they could get rid of Joey and that guy Russ So Tasteless.
Neil's right. I suck.
Yeah.
Russ So Tasteless?
I heard it.
Okay, you know him.
I don't. You see, it doesn't take much to get me started on them again because it's still sinking into me how badly I was almost had. You see what I'm saying? In other words, they think that I'm such a schmendrick that they can just suck me under false pretense into this little dinner, which sucked, by the way. The food was horrendous.
Well, that's because
and they can get me in there and blow in my ear and give me a big song and a dance, and I'm going to go and become a vulture and a barracuda and try to nail other people's job to get this poor misfit a job again on this station.
Well, that's because he's a conniver, and you know that for a very long time.
The worst, and he sits there with that pathetic puppy dog hurt look. I hope that man never darkens this door again while I'm here, because I'll kick his ass out of here. I don't ever want to see him again.
Neil, speaking of looks,
send him back to Buffalo where he belongs.
Leeson, speaking of looks, did he bring his facial spackling kit along, Russ?
Yes, he sure did.
Unbelievable. All right, neighbor. In closing, I just wanted to let you know that boy Gary is a vibrating butt plug.
Sally says hi.
All right, big guy.
See you.
Boy.
12:09 at WIOD. Marvin just slipped out, so I guess WIOD.
Hello?
Yes. Evan? Sounded just like Evan. No, it was a potential crank, and when he heard my voice, he disappeared rapidly. WIOD.
Hello?
Yes.
In
Another one.
Surfside, Eli Targeman rules.
Okay, nice hearing you. We have an open line in Dade County. Maybe Marvin would like to come back and keep his job. Where the hell did he go? What the hell is going on? WIOD.
Yeah, is Neil going to be appearing in Specs?
Yes.
When is that?
August 8th, Wednesday.
Okay, let me write this down, okay?
Like 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Yeah. And which Specs is this going to be at?
The new one, Coral Springs University and whatever it is.
Okay, I guess I can call him up and find out where it is. What time is he going to be there?
10 to 2.
Oh, he's going to be regular hours.
Exactly.
Okay, great, thanks.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
10 afternoon at your stiff station, WIOD. Here's a mobile in Hollywood.
Yeah, that last guy, man, he doesn't know his,
From his Eli Turgerman, that's correct.
Russ Oasis should go back to Channel 51 and do his damn late night show. That's what I think.
That's correct, and I'll be the first one to watch it.
Later, Neil.
Okay, put my little target on the screen and throw darts at it, throw something at it. What a conniving... And you see, there's a real conflict of interest here. I said this to Johnny Dark the other day, and he looked at me like I was nuts, but it's true. This is a man who owns another radio station in this market, or at least a piece of it. How much, we'll never know for sure, and how much is Alan Potamkin's money. But allegedly, he owned the Wave, the Breeze, which they swapped, Radio Ritmo, who knows what. But he owns another station in this market, and he is over here interfering in the operation of this radio station. Totally unethical, okay? Absolutely unethical and unacceptable. And if the people here had any balls and didn't need his 40-cent spots or whatever it is that he's doing, we would say, hey, adios. Get lost and quit interfering with. We got enough problems already without you sticking your ugly nose over here telling us how much money you got and trying to interfere with the radios. And it's absolutely true, and I think it's outrageous and unacceptable, and I want all of America to know that I am pissed as hell, and that I hope that something ugly falls out of the sky and hits him right in the face, but it looks like somebody beat me to it. Right, Joey?
Neil's right. I suck.
Man, what a conniving, desperate barracuda. And as far as Rick and Suds go, man, they are the best people who were ever born, okay? I hope they get a 90 share. I hope they get a 99 share. What? What's wrong with that? Okay, here goes Mr. Happiness. Why have you been so nice? I guess you must be from the Boy Gary School. You're not listening either? Because he wants their job. Okay? So just out of spite, I hope they do well to begin with, but now I hope they do extra well just so Mr. Big Nose goes back to Buffalo on a Greyhound bus, okay, with Russ Oasis between his knees. 12 minutes after noon at WIOD. Let's take a little break while I cool off. Okay, 12:17 at WIOD. Let's go to a payphone on the Turnpike.
Hi, Neil. How you doing?
Okay.
I'd like to point something out to you about your remote tonight. For some people that are going to be getting off at the Pompano exit on the Turnpike,
yeah,
they've got one toll collector there now, and it's been this way since about 8 o'clock this morning.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Boy, the Turnpike is a nightmare now.
You bet. So I'd recommend to anyone, if they are going via the Turnpike, to take the sample exit. And even that's going to be somewhat backed up, as you can
so
imagine.
why they just come up 95 is much easier.
Yeah, that's true. I'm saying, for someone, say, in North Miami that figured that would be their easiest way to get up there.
No, still 95.
Yeah, you know it. Okay, well, look, I'm looking forward to seeing you and Rick and Suds tonight.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
12:17 at WIOD. We have a couple of open lines, one in Dade, one in Broward. Don't forget, tonight's a big night. We want 40,000 people there at Miracle Stadium, the Miracle and the Sarasota White Sox. Boy, that's going to bring back memories. I did a couple of Sarasota ball games when I worked over there in 1973. We did a couple of Sarasota. Who the hell did they play? No, we didn't do them. We did a couple of high school baseball games. How do you like that? Because they were like in the state championships. But that's in the distant past, and we don't want to dwell on that, do we? Do we? Let me say it again. We don't want to dwell on that, do we?
Play-by-play on the radio.
Okay, here's that mobile line again. Guess what? The mobile line is working now, Star IOD, and they're paying for it. That's a newsflash I just heard from our crack programming department. Hello.
Neil.
Coral Springs.
Neil.
We're paying for this call. And pretty upset about it, too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm real happy that somebody else is paying for this besides me.
Well, there are a lot of people who are sick of paying for it.
Neil, I got a question for you. A couple of years ago, you used to be a Pirate fan. What happened to that?
Oh, geez, I went through that whole story not a couple of years ago, a few years ago. For like 28 years, I was a Pirates fan. Isn't that enough?
No, not when they're winning.
No, I don't change back and forth like a rubber ball, okay? I'm a Cub fan and a Putz man, and that's it. That's where I'm at.
Okay, so you just kind of dumped the Pirates and went for the Cubs, huh?
3 years ago, when the Cubs were still losing. I want to emphasize that over and over again so I don't keep getting accused of becoming a Cub fan last year because they had a good year. That's got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, we wouldn't think of that.
Just a lucky break.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, a lot of people do. Yeah. Because a lot of people just are always looking for the weak chink in your armor, if I can say that.
That's true, Neil. Neil, listen, why do you call those things carts?
Cartridges.
Oh,
boy,
very clever.
Boy, now that we're paying for these calls, now they're called with like 20 questions. Anything else we can tell you, sir?
Why'd the chicken cross the road?
Because it was sick and tired of hearing the Joey Reynolds show.
To prove to the armadillo that it could be done.
Yes. Have a nice day.
Neil, have a good one.
Goodbye.
Bye.
12:19 at WIOD. Like I said, from now on, when you call on the Star IOD line, it costs you $3,000 a minute. That's the new information we just got from Boy Gary's evil twin. It costs $6,000 a minute if you call us on the Star IOD line and have nothing to say. Deerfield.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I'm bored at work, so I decided to call you. So.
Well, that makes two of us.
Because I'm in Eckerd right now in the photo lab. It is dead as ever, Neil.
Why is that? Everybody's out of town. They're all on vacation. They're all having their pictures developed elsewhere.
We just opened up about 3 weeks ago, and everybody still don't know we're here yet, which is good.
Well, where are you? Oh, so in other words, I'm going to start plugging Eckards now? Eckards has taken more years off my life. Man, I am telling you. Every transaction, I don't want to go into a whole thing about it, but I mean, why is every transaction such a major tsimus? And the woman is bringing back the Crayolas, and she's doing it on her credit card that expired 6 months ago, and now we have to call Washington, D.C. and the FBI. And I got like 3 little items there for $1.50, and I'm standing every time.
Well, I just got bored, and I decided, well,
which Eckards is this? Well, give my free plug.
This is a new one over here in Deerfield Beach on Hillsborough Boulevard next to Publix. We just had our big grand opening.
Right next to Publix.
Yeah, right.
Where shopping is
and
a
McCoy's, and what's bad about it, everybody from Cemetery Village comes over here and aggravates us.
Uh-huh.
So, yes. So y'all just stay away now.
Well, they won't. You won't be doing any more pictures till the funeral, okay? They'll be taking a lot of pictures, but it'll be great.
I tell you what's great. Some of these guys come in with naked pictures of their wives, which is real.
Naked pictures of their wives?
Yes.
Boy, that ought to be pretty interesting. I mean, they bring those right through like a regular
yeah, we just do them, you know.
Photo lab?
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, but we don't do enough if they're doing something in it.
Well, how do you know that it's their wives?
Huh? Well,
man,
their
you are
girlfriend at least.
Yeah, but the point is you're slow. Don't you understand? You could be retired now, living on an island somewhere. If they're bringing over pictures hanky-panky, that's not their wife. That's like, oh, God. Now, don't they have to fill out their name and all the info on that bag?
Yes, they do.
Well, my God, while you got all this spare time, instead of calling me, use your ingenuity. Go into the old bags there, so to speak, and find out who's doing what to whom and get the name and phone number. By the end of the day, you could be a millionaire.
Hey, that's an idea.
Especially up there with all those big bucks.
And plus, we're sitting there, we having a contest where you pop a balloon, you win stuff. I'm sitting there playing with the helium and stuff like that. So I have nothing to do. That's how bad I'm off right now, Neil.
Boy.
See? I can prove it to you. I got helium.
Pretty exciting. In fact, you could probably make a movie out of all this. Salda Sunrise, something like that. It would be great.
Yeah, that's really good.
Okay, have a good time, Sonny.
Okay.
Boy.
Bye-bye.
Boy, incredible. I don't understand that. If you had like a whole bunch of pornographic pictures that you took, when you take them to Eckerd's to be developed, I mean, is that what it's, God almighty? Because there are places like that, aren't they? They still have places like that where it's like a triple I Spy lab, you know, where they just pretend that they keep blinders on and they don't look at what it is and they send it back to you in the mail in a dark brown envelope. We have an open line in Broward, 524-SPY, 524-WIOD, and you'll never guess where the next... Now, what are we going to do about this? Now we have an epidemic. We have an epidemic of calls on the star line because we're paying for it. Hello?
Hello, Neil.
Don't you feel a little guilty?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Hey, who was the one answering the phone?
What is it?
Who's the one answering the phone?
Melvin.
He was like, "Are you my buddy?" And I said, "Yeah, I guess." And he says, "Well, I want you to be my buddy."
Yeah, right.
Hey, you watch the Goodwill games?
Not Melvin. No, I don't watch WTBS because Ted Turner makes me sick to my stomach and Larry King makes me even sicker.
Oh, I was wondering if you happen to have the results of the basketball game last night.
Well, wait a minute. Why, it's not in the paper?
I haven't had a paper. Haven't had a chance to get a paper.
Well, just hold your horses now, sir. 1 second, and let me look in the Sun Sentinel, because, you know, if it's happening, it's in the Sun Sentinel. Tom Jicky even put my name in the paper again today about some beautiful star, young lady from Hallandale who's becoming the next sex symbol.
Is that right? Where do you get off of 95 at the...
Atlantic Boulevard.
Atlantic? You'll be up there at 6?
6 o'clock. Go east to 18th Avenue and make a north, and you go right to the stadium. You can't miss it.
Will you be there for the whole game?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Now, wait a minute. Let's see. Just a second. What the hell is it we want?
The basketball. U.S. played...
Puerto Rico gives U.S. a fight in opener. The U.S. beat Puerto Rico 100-94.
Great. All right, well, I appreciate it, Neil.
Okay.
Can I call a couple guys a douchebag?
Go right ahead.
I'm going to call Rick Handy and Leland Handy a douchebag. I'm going to call my wife Kay a douchebag.
Good job.
Thanks, Neil.
Pictures are in the mail.
All right, thanks.
See ya. 12:25 at WIOD, where we're just warming up for the old ball game tonight. We're going to have a mammoth crowd, and don't forget, right after they finish the show at 6, because they're great guys, and also because I'm plugging them like crazy, Rick and Smut are going to drive like bats out of hell. They're going to zip up there to the ballpark. They're going to be there. They'll autograph your thing for you, and whatever else you want, it's going to be great.